Hey there, fight fans. In today's video, UFC legend Jon Jones has disappointed many fans. The UFC fans accuse the American of lying. Also in this video, Dana White and Conor McGregor are plotting and preparing a very important announcement. But what that announcement is, that question still remains. Does McGregor still have the ambition to compete? Having already held 2 titles in 2 different weight divisions, it's uncertain if he's just lounging on his yacht, dreams of another title run. Maybe. With Conor, really anything is possible.
Stop, man.
So we're going to try to uncover what the scandalous Irishman has in store for us this time. And then at the end of the video, Tyson Fury is getting into incredible shape for the fight with Alexander Usyk. But as the champion's father, Jon Fury, points out, his son will need to devise new strategies to outmaneuver such a challenging opponent. Consequently, it is no coincidence that he is being trained by a specialist from the legendary Kronk gym, which is the forge of knockouts. So, without further ado, let's get started. UFC legend Jon Jones' Australian tour took a pretty nasty turn after fans accused him of faking a recent shoulder injury. While mingling with the Canterbury Bulldogs NRL team, Jones' healthy appearance sparked outrage online, with accusations of dishonesty flying fast and furious. Photos and videos from the event show a seemingly pain-free Jones, raising questions about the severity of his injury and the legitimacy of his fight postponement. Was the surgery a ploy? Is the UFC legend faking a shoulder injury? These are just some of the explosive questions that are simmering in the MMA community. One fan wrote, "Thought he was injured. Looks like the pec and elbow are doing good. Looks like he is ducking Big Aspinall." Another fan wrote, "If he can do this, then he is ready for UFC 300. Don't let Tom see this." Now, to be honest, the fans' anger, it's completely understandable. If Jones is truly ready to rumble, why isn't he headlining the biggest event of the year? Just imagine the fireworks if he were to step in against Stipe Miocic, the legend that he was supposed to fight, or even the newly minted champion Alex Pereira, or even Tom Aspinall. Now that would be pay-per-view gold. But here's the thing, we still don't have the whole picture. The recovery process can be complex and appearances can be deceiving.
Your button, no?
That's how we do. That's how we do. Primo.
Yo!
And then on the bright side, there is some controversy that could spark more interest in UFC 300. But who else could lead such a historical event?
So as I'm sitting here still waiting for the main event of UFC 300, which if I'm being completely honest, I have a pretty good idea of what it is. I am just not going to tell you because then I'll get in trouble. You know the whole thing, right? Lose your job, lose your money. I don't want to do that, as I would expect you not to want to do that for me either. But I still love you. And here's what I've been thinking though. When the UFC 300 main event is announced, is it going to be better than a fight that has already been announced and only continues to build as we get closer? At least in my opinion. I have multiple group messages.
Conor McGregor? Let's imagine that Dana White and McGregor are scheming and preparing a major announcement. Recent reports suggest that the participants of the main event will be unveiled during the Super Bowl finale on February 12th. Now, if you remember, McGregor first teased his greatest comeback in sports history back in October of 2021, just 4 months after his unfortunate leg injury in the fight against Dustin Poirier. Since then, speculation about McGregor's potential return to the octagon has been rampant. Despite some forgetting McGregor's role as a fighter due to his absence from the octagon, he manages to remain relevant, with every hint or post about a comeback quickly spreading across social media, and then usually getting deleted.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce the return date for myself, the notorious Conor McGregor. The greatest comeback of all time will take place in Las Vegas for international fight. I want to become the best me before I call it a day. You know, and for that to happen, for any fighter, To be the best they can be, they need consistent competition. So I'm eager for that.
I'm open. March is earlier than April. I've been kept from my living for almost 3 years now. Understand that? I came through what I came through. I'm sitting on an injury and a loss. You imagine what that? You hear what Alexander Volkanovski said. I relate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I must return to my way of living. This is my job.
Towards the end of last year, McGregor's return gained traction as he entered the USADA testing pool, potentially positioning himself for UFC 300. However, Dana White's recent comments suggest that McGregor's return might not be on the horizon anytime soon.
I'm a mark. Conor McGregor's fighting Chandler.
Eventually, yeah. Hopefully this year.
No, I heard we got a date. We didn't have a date. Chandler's pushing for a date. People are pushing for a date. Conor said he knows a date. Everybody has a date. You're the guy that got to set the date. You should say the date.
There is no date.
Come on!
I'm hoping for the fall.
Dana White was initially optimistic about McGregor's return, anticipating a fight with Michael Chandler in August of 2023, then mentioning fourth quarter. McGregor even shared screenshots of fake UFC fight cards listing him as the main event for UFC 296 back in December.
I'm the creator. I'm the creator.
But it is entirely unclear whether McGregor plans to continue fighting. Despite his statements, his actions tell a different story. As White hinted last summer, McGregor and fighters like Khabib are financially secure, making it challenging to entice them to get back into the octagon. Conor, a superstar in his own right, won't return for the money alone or just for the narrative, especially considering the risk of tarnishing his legacy with another loss. So the question remains, does McGregor still have the ambition to compete? Having already held 2 titles in 2 weight divisions, it's uncertain if he just wants to lounge on his yacht, or does he dream of another title run? Now, the boxing world is abuzz with anticipation as Tyson Fury gears up for his upcoming bout against Alexander Usyk. While the fight was delayed due to an unfortunate injury, Fury shows no signs of slowing down in his preparation. Known for his unorthodox training methods, Fury has been criticized in the past for his approach, but this time he's leaving no stone unturned. With the fight against Usyk looming large, Fury and his team are leaving nothing to chance. Preparing for a stylistically unique opponent like Usyk requires meticulous planning, and Fury's team has taken this task very seriously. Selecting sparring partners who mimic Usyk's style is crucial, and Fury's camp has handpicked solid left-handed fighters with good speed and knockout power. Fury's father, Jon Fury, acknowledges the need for Tyson to adapt his tactics, recognizing that what worked against previous opponents may not suffice against Usyk. As a result, Fury's team is focused on refining his strategy to outbox the elusive Usyk.
Another big day of running in a fucking mountain! Come on! Easy work, smashing Usyk's rabbit's face right in for him. The useless piece of
Now, despite his unconventional physique, Fury incorporates weight training into his routine, emphasizing exercises to develop speed and explosiveness. Circuit training, swimming, and shadow boxing in water add variety to his workouts while minimizing the risk of injury. As Fury pushes himself to the limit in preparation for the fight with Usyk, his progress is evident. His form and conditioning have noticeably improved since his last bout with Ngannou in October 2023. With the fight against Usyk drawing closer, Fury's dedication and determination are on full display, leaving fans eagerly awaiting the showdown between the Gypsy King and the Ukrainian champion.
Back to reality today. Back to the good old Morecambe Bay weather. Rain, wind, cold. Back to the school runs. Back to real life stuff. Can't wait to get back into training camp in Saudi and absolutely smash it. Come on, Tuesday, bring it.
With everything that's happened now, what message would you have for Fury?
Tyson, hi my brother. Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
I gotta imagine he might still move forward and get another fight. I could be wrong, and again, like I'm not a prophet. I'm not trying to predict things, but I got a feeling he's the kind of guy, to me, seems like he's not fighting just for money. He's not just fighting just names. He genuinely likes to fight. Of course, he likes to make his money, but I don't think he's like about, oh, it's got to be the perfect fighter at the perfect time and some name on my resume. I got a feeling Alexander Usyk may fight and throw up the middle fingers. He seems like a throw up the finger to you. I'm gonna move forward and do this thing because this is what I love.
This one's a good one. Perfect. Look at that. Right down the pipe. Good height. Good length.
Tyson Fury, говнище, бедняга. Еле-еле передвигает. Здоровый тип. Блин, его тачку не садит. Блядь.
That is all for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because it is very important to us. And thank you all in advance.